Sometimes when you are in the fear of doing something that you're really afraid of, anything, sometimes it's scary to be like, to do the thing in the moment. But when you are out of the thing, or when you experience the whole fear itself, and when you are at the other side of the fear itself, there's a freedom that you can't explain. And that's the fear everybody wanna access. But they just go to the things that's superficial as fuck. So what you really need to do, I was gonna record this if I didn't check, bro. I would be so mad. Now I don't know how it looks. It looks chopped. I look chopped as fuck right now. I haven't fucking groomed myself in terms of beer, of course, not down there. But I'm not groomed myself for a whole month. That was my challenge for this whole month. Was like not shaving and not trimming and all that shit. I did with my roommates. I don't know why, because we're doing that in November, I guess. Unfortunately, I failed that shit. But hey, we're still going, right? I got what, 24 more hours? I don't say 24 hours, but shit, 15, 16 hours. I can't remember math right now, but shit, that much, how much time we have. So basically, back to what we're saying, is it recording? Yes, sir. Is that, look, now you're gonna get deeper. You're gonna go more in depth. Basically, what we need to realize is that fear is the compass of the things we really need in life. And sometimes it's the things that we don't actually want, but it's the things we actually need in order to grow and actually feel fulfilled and actually feel that excitement, right? So I hate this shit, bro. I'm so glad I'm gonna fucking share all this shit off and just make it better. But back to what I was saying is that I've realized it's like one of the biggest thing that fear has taught me was that every time I do it, there's always a freedom that just makes you want to go after it. Sometimes when you are in the fear of doing something that you're really afraid of, anything, sometimes it's scary to be like, to do the thing in the moment. But when you are out of the thing, or when you experience the whole fear itself, and when you are at the other side of the fear itself, there's a freedom that you can't explain. And that's the fear everybody wanna access. But they just go to the things that's superficial as fuck. So what you really need to do is to think about things that actually makes you fearful. What are some things you're putting off? Or what are some things that you told yourself you're gonna do this after you get something? Or things like, oh, I wanna do this, but I'm so afraid of this. Like, actually put these things down. You don't have to do it. Just write it down. And when you're thinking about it, or when you're writing those things that you're fearful of, you're gonna feel a certain way. You're gonna feel like more like, like contracted, more like more that feeling of like not in your chest and all that shit. It means it's a good sign. It means that those are the things you need to do in order to have that freedom you're looking for. But actually, if you do that shit, and of course it's easier said than done. But if everybody's saying it's like it's easy, it's not. It's not, bro. That's why people nobody does it. Nobody does it because it's fucking hard. And I'm not saying is that you can't. Okay, I just I'm gonna have to go back. I just lost my train of thoughts, bro. Fucking hell. Okay, back to what you're saying. It's gonna take some skills to come back to that version of me who used to fucking talk for hours. Right now, I'm just getting outside that train of thoughts, but I'm gonna come back. But here's the thing. Am I still recording? Yes, sir. So basically, what you need to do, I hope that my angle is good and they can see my face. If not, I'm cooked. In my cooked ass fucking everything. Okay, back to what you're saying. The cave you feared to enter. I fucking forgot the fucking saying, bro. It was like the cave, bro. I was kind of cooked, bro. I'm gonna put this boppers, but not gonna lie. But fear, the cave you fear to enter, six has the treasure you seek. So basically, what it means is that the things you really want deeply, not the things that telling your ego, the things that your ego is telling you, like, oh, I want this, oh, I want that. Those are not the things that you really want. Because what you are trying to actually seek is not the things itself, but the feeling it's gonna give you when you have those things. So what you really need to do is to start feeling that way right now. And ask yourself, what's stopping you from feeling that thing right now? When you wrote those things, like what you're fearful of, actually sit down with those fucking feelings that came up. Because those are the feelings stopping you from having that freedom that you actually want. When you actually learn how to be with that feeling and be comfortable in the uncomfortable and in the unknown, that's when you get the things you really want. Those actions that makes you really terrified becomes natural to you. It's like brushing your fucking teeth. Of course, not that easy, but there's less resistance for you to do the action and the things you really want to go after. And I know I'm putting this like in a really wack way, but if it really hits you, like this goes like with every aspect of your life, dating, it goes with your relationship, finances, your wealth, um your well-being, and I don't know what else there is, but everything that you are going through, maybe school, maybe work, maybe with your partner, maybe with your friends, with your family, all those things. It goes with everything. So, and it's a 5-minute video. This is a mini video. Yeah, it's gonna be a 5-minute video. But yeah, that's when we record this before. I just felt like the thing is I didn't want to record, and I know that every time I record, I just get in this fucking flow of just speaking, yapping, and just feeling like I don't know. I just like to yap and just give advice. And I realized it's just always that resistance of me recording because I fear the judgment of other people thinking about that shit. And I realized like I don't like. It's not I don't care, because when I say that I don't care, it means I actually really care. It's just that there is like a certain fear that I need to realize what's going on. It makes me like wonder like why the fuck am I so terrified or scared that what people think can cause me? Is it actually real? If you sit down with that thoughts like how people are thinking about me like this, when you allow those thoughts to be there, how do you feel in the body? When you actually actually allow those feelings in the body, like it's not that bad. Like when you stop fighting those thoughts telling you that hey, you're not good enough, people are gonna laugh. If you're like unfazed by those thoughts, then whatever people think, you don't care. Because it's not what people think when you actually think about it. It's not what people think. It's more like what story in your head is going on, mixing it with other people thinking. So let's say that constant voice in your head telling you you're not good enough, you're not gonna make it, you're just fucking dumb. I don't know, whatever the voice in your head is telling you. And if other person tells you that same thing, now you start to believe the thing even more. You start to believe more thing even more because now it matches the story in your head, and it gets even worse and worse. And I was like, yeah, see, you're not good enough. Like you gotta defeat that voice in your head. And I don't like to use the word defeat because in the end, because you are gonna be with that voice. So you gotta have a healthier relationship. It's a whole video, not gonna lie, having a real healthy relationship with that voice in your head, because that voice in your head is not you. It's just conditioned by your parents when you grew up, people telling you things when you grew up, like hey, you're not good enough, maybe by your parents, maybe by your teacher, maybe the people around you telling you those things. So it's a whole thing in a separate thing. If we really want to understand how that voice in the head works, how can we go about having a healthy relationship so it doesn't fuck you up in the long term, just let me know in the comments and I can go even deeper on that shit and actually learn how to go about it, not just like trying to fight it, because every time you are in a war with yourself, you always gonna lose. There's no like bro, you know yourself the best, so it knows how to go against you. So like you cannot fight yourself, you cannot ever win against yourself. You just gotta make that enemy that you're thinking that is enemy a friend of ours, making them in our side. That's all we can do. It takes a process. It's not easy, but when you do it, the results are so fulfilling. That's all, bro. If you want to learn anything, or if you want to learn anything, or if you want to understand things, just let me know in the comments. And yeah, I don't know how the fuck to end this video, not gonna lie, bro. But yeah, see you there.